to the Geeks podcast. Yes, I'm figuring out what to say next. Fuck off. Let's talk about Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore. I'm your host, Enterprise. With me as sometimes me compía
El Magical Moron.
Magical Moron Felix.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Magical Moron Michelle. Well.
Magical Moron Michelle. If you guys are fans of the channel or you guys know what's up, y'all should have a good idea that we Potterhead, man. We like the Potters.
Yep. Yes, we do.
We dropped a whole Potter cast back in November. So if you haven't listened to that,
it was in November. Oh, let that way. I was in another apartment.
Yeah, it was in November. Harry Potter in November.
Holy shit.
So make sure you go listen to that so you can guys get a better grasp whether or not our fandom. If you don't want to do that, done this, you just want to talk smack, good and bad things about Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, we can do it right here on the channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, bruh. Yeah. Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore is a third installment of the Fantastic Beasts series, this spinoff from the Harry Potter verse.
What do you think about it?
What happens in the movie is Albus Dumbledore assigns Newt and his allies with a mission related to the rising power of Grindelwald. So I did prep for this, meaning that I watched the 2 prior movies, which I rarely do, but I had only seen them the one time I saw both of them in the theater. And my memory of them was they kind of steamy a little bit of caca, right? This second time I rewatched them, maybe because I was half-ass paying attention, but they were not as bad. You know, did you rewatch them?
I rewatched the second one because the first one, I've watched it till death. And I watched the second one. Still have the same gripes with it, but I do remember it. I do think I like it more now.
A second passing, right? It's weird.
Yes.
The movie didn't get better, but I guess because like the taste of caca it left from the first time is actually not that bad as it actually is, I think.
Well, I remember a girl and me were like, what? Right at the end of the second one.
Yeah. So it could be one of those movies that gets better the more you watch it, but it's weird. I don't know. This whole spin-off series is funky and wonky, and it all feels like stretched out filler to the max.
Yes.
Again, they're making 5 movies out of a teeny like animal encyclopedia with actual no story or anything, so they're making shit up as they go. It is weird. I think the first one's better than the second one.
Yes, totally. I do think the same thing.
The second one, there's some like stupid mamadas.
Very, very stupid.
It's just kind of like, okay, really, all right, whatever, I pass. But for a franchise called Fantastic Beasts, I always feel lacking in the Beast department, and I think that's why so far the first one's still my it's not my favorite because I'm indifferent about all 3, but it's the best one if I were to say because of the animals and the beasts, and that's the only one that kind of explores him going into the bag and what actually is in the bag, and him like catching all these wild beasts that are roaming around. What, New York is it? The first one?
Yes, New York. And
that's kind of cool, kind of Pokemon-y, right? You're encountering all these beasts and you don't know what the hell, and he's like an expert on it, and he tells you, oh, you know, he's gonna fucking fart in a second or whatever quirkiness they want to do with it.
And like, it was not clear in the first one what the mission was, because he went to New York for something.
Yeah.
But right up until the end, it's when we know what happens or why did he come to the U.S.
And then it's weird to have a protagonist that really has nothing that influences the overall story in no way.
Yeah, he's like Mad Max. He's just along for the ride.
Right. But Mad Max actually is like the center of it. Right?
Well, just because Max like is indirect, he's dragged into shit.
Yeah.
So he has to get out.
Right.
But Newt is dragged into shit.
But like nobody really cares about him.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you're here, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You're just a pawn. So In this third installment, I mean, the second one was some fucking family asking. It was really, really weird and like confusing. The first time I watched it, it was a little clear the second time.
Mm-hmm.
But those first two movies are still hovering around 6 and 7 scores.
Yeah.
So, I just... It's weird to me because on opening day, we did not go opening day. That's how unexcited and how uninspired we are to the series.
Oh, you bet your ass.
But we're so far deep into it now. We're down 3 movies out of 5. You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, might as well finish. Bubbles is probably, he a Potterhead, right? He's the Potter is Potter. I think he's probably tied with you, but I mean, again, listen to that pod and he's like balls deep. I had to drag him to the theater to watch this. He did not want to watch this.
Really? Holy shit.
I had to drag him. I wasn't going to go see this by myself. I'm like, Bubble, let's go. So I dragged his ass to the theater and we watched The Secrets of Dumbledore. Again, weird that they turned the focus between the war of Dumbledore and Grindelwald. And we really don't know much about Newt. It's so confusing. Even on the poster, he's not in the middle. He's off to the side.
Yeah.
It is so strange.
Just because, I mean, it feels weird. The whole thing feels weird. After the first one, everything after the first one feels strange. Like it doesn't match.
No. It almost doesn't feel Potter.
No, it actually doesn't. I mean, it was interesting in the first Fantastic Beasts how magic is viewed in other parts of Europe.
Yeah. I like to explore that outside of Europe. And I remember reporting or not reporting. I'm not a reporter. I remember talking about like they were going to go to Brazil or something. Maybe that being the first one and the fourth one. I mean, but that's what I liked most about the first one is that we're in New York. What is magic like over here? What is the school like over here? They travel a little bit in this one. They go to Belgium. Maybe the fourth one they go to Brazil. I would like to see what the wizarding worlds are outside of the UK or London or Hogwarts or whatever is supposed to be depicted. It's London, right? Yeah. Outside of that, let's go to Australia. Let's go anywhere. Mexico. Let's go anywhere, right? Because
magic in Mexico would be amazing. Full of blood and guts and shit. Sacrifices to the old gods.
You have to sacrifice. Like, hey, we don't have to do that. We got wands, bro. Relax. But throughout the whole Fantastic Beasts third movie, this one, I just didn't really get why anything was happening. I didn't understand why you're doing this. Why does he want to kill Albus Dumbledore?
Who?
Grindelwald.
He doesn't.
Then what was the whole
deal? The Muggles.
Yeah, I know that's his overall goal, but he's also sending Credence to kill Dumbledore. Why?
Oh, see, I forgot about that. Wait, no mames.
I watched it yesterday. Wait, he is trying to kill him
because he's his biggest, or how could it? He's the only person that could really beat him.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's the whole idea.
Has nothing
behind
to do with them that they're butt buddies.
No. No, he kind of feels betrayed, but that's about it.
Because this whole thing with the blood pact and we can't kill each other, but he's sending Credence to go do it, and then they involve Credence with all his family drama, and it's like, okay, so it's a lot of it going on at the same time. Like, why Credence trying to figure out who he is and why this and why that, and then Dumbledore's like, I gotta stop him, and then there's a fucking random election for some reason.
Oh, why
was Grindelwald up for, like, he was just acquitted from, like, none of it just made sense to me.
It didn't. It's a bit frustrating.
There was a trial to see whether or not he was guilty of his crimes, because the second movie is called Crimes of Grindelwald, right? I guess kind of spoiler alert, but it really doesn't matter. It's like, okay, he's acquitted, and then the next scene we see him and he's running for like the Master of Wizards. How is he eligible of Masters of Wizards? He was just on trial for his crimes against the Muggles.
Well, that was the German dudes making or doing or whatever, I think.
Okay, but he's the only one that has say. How does?
I don't know.
Didn't make sense.
It's so confusing because I thought it was like cut and dry, but it fucking isn't, and it's driving me nuts. Because why does Germany have that much pull? Isn't this supposed to... Wait, hold on. Is this supposed to be like set in the 30s or something?
I think so.
This is pre-war, Second World War.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why does Germany have so much pull? I don't know.
I don't know.
When did this magical confederation, World Confederation of Magic came? When did they mention this? I don't know. And I thought I paid like really close attention to the first two Fantastic Beasts movies and to Harry Potter at that.
The prior 8.
Yeah, the prior 8 Potter movies. So
and the books.
And the fucking books, which
and they never mentioned a fucking UN of magics.
No. So now 2 people are running for like Master of Magic.
Yeah.
Then Grindelwald gets acquitted. Now he's running for Master of Magic. What the fuck?
Right after, and now, like a day after he was acquitted from his crimes against Muggles. He's trying to provoke a genocide for Muggles. I get that, but does he need the whole office thing? Does he need the power? That just is a weird direction for me.
I mean, I get why he did it because it does give him like more, I don't know, resources. I would like to think. But that's the only reason I would think like him wanting to be like the Mr. Magia.
Right.
But it
just feels out of place. He's recruiting people, so just recruit people.
Like just like Voldemort did. Look what Voldemort did.
Maybe that's why they didn't want to copy paste, but they're kind of copy pasting.
They're just flying through what was the saying flying through the seat of their pants?
Yeah.
Cuz I mean, J.K. Rowling never mentioned anything prior to Harry Potter. She didn't mention except for anything concerning Voldemort or a couple of flashbacks. That's about it. And the whole mystery, or there was a mention in the first movie about Dumbledore and one of those chocolate frog cards.
Yeah,
that he said after he beat Grindelwald after what was considered one of the most or one of the biggest. Or the biggest battle between the good and evil.
Yeah.
And I was gonna get pissed, but I remember there was 2 whole movies that are remaining that I was like, oh my god. I mean, they're
so far dragging. There hasn't been a battle, and there were 3. I mean, there was kind of a lame ass fight for 2 seconds, but those words you just described, a big ass battle, and I haven't seen that yet, and we're 3 movies in out of 5. Are you saving it for the last one? I don't know. It does feel a little rehashy of like this guy versus this guy, and then somehow beasts are attached to it. So all the beasts in this movie to me feel forced, and the movie shouldn't be called that anymore. It should be something else. Yeah, I mean, it would have been better if it was called just The Secret to Dumbledore. That's about it. The whole series, yeah.
Yeah, because...
Or scrap out the Fantastic Beast moniker or whatever, and then just call it whatever you want to call it. You know, first one's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The second one, Crimes of Grindelwald, and the third one like that. But we know it's under the banner. But take the first Fantastic Beast, the secret. So take that out because we're not using it.
No, and this it is frustrating. It's still frustrating. I left the movie theater frustrated.
Yeah,
you have you get why I was frustrated, and there was
I don't understand how people, because on opening day, bringing it back to what I was trying to say, there was a little bit of fandom and dressed up and a little.
Are you kidding me?
Like the opening day, there was a lot of people in the one theater, and I was there to go see Northman. Northman.
Like Nolan.
Seaway. I went to go see Northman the week that this came out, and there was people.
Both of them came out the same day.
It's the same day, and I obviously chose the Northman, and Felix and I made a review on that. Go make sure to go check that out as well. Fantastic. That was last week. And there was fandom. There was like people dressed up in their respective houses and wands, and I was like, okay, this spin-off franchise doesn't deserve fandom. You know, I don't know who's like my favorite movies are the Fantastic Beasts.
Well, it must be people whose first
experience in the Potter world was that?
Yeah,
I mean, you think there's people like that? How can you enjoy those movies without knowing the whole wizarding world?
Well, uncultured parents. That's why.
I guess it is really tough. Yeah, just blame it on the parents always.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
The damn fucks. It's just really. It's flabbergasting because I am also very conflicted in the sense that visually, budget-wise, dealing with the fundamentals of a movie, it's good. It's dope. Mm-hmm. The effects are good. There's really cool set pieces. There's slow motions. There's fights and running on fire and fucking pieces of paper. And
that was cool.
All that is cool, right?
Anything that doesn't pertain to the story is cool, which is fucked up. And
unlike some of the latest Marvel movies, well, especially Sony Marvel movies, you can see that there's love to the IP, which is what I was kind of talking about last week's pod. You can tell that whoever made this loves Harry Potter, right? We can see that. It's not betraying itself. It's not betraying the world in any way. But the biggest blaring issue I have with the Fantastic Beasts franchise is I don't care.
It is so hard. Like, I'm struggling to
care.
Yes. Because I was so invested with Harry Potter. I was actually listening to a podcast today. It was interesting the take they had at. They don't know. They're like critical thinkers or whatever.
Yeah.
But they acknowledge and applaud Harry Potter for being what it is. But they don't understand how it got to be such a key series in fandom or nerddom or modern nerddom.
It's because it's a whole world, man. When you create worlds, interesting worlds you want to live in, that's why the biggest parallel to Harry Potter is Star Wars. There's good, there's evil, and there's a whole ass world in between. And now we're getting into the same problem we have with Star Wars and now the Potter world, where we don't want to see anything to do with Harry. We don't want to see anything to do with Dumbledore. Let's explore the whole world outside of what we've been knowing for the past 20 odd years. You know?
And it would... Sorry.
Go ahead, go.
Since they mentioned it in the first Potter movie, I always had that question: who was Grindelwald and why was their battle so epic?
Yeah,
that's the only thing I thought to ask, and that was something I've
in 3 years, in 3 movies, you still don't really know because they keep changing the motherfucker. Anyway, it should have been Mads in the beginning.
Dude, he's my MVP.
He's the MVP. He's the best part of the movie. He brings some legitimacy. No shade to Johnny Depp. I support you on the fucking versus Amber Heard. I'm Team Johnny.
Same here.
Right? You're making everybody laugh in the courtroom. It's not a laughing matter. Besides the point, right? Johnny was too cartoony. Colin Farrell was great. If it was Colin from the beginning, that would have been great as well. But the right choice from the get was Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes. Oh my God.
It doesn't matter what you throw on him. He can't make anything cartoony.
No, I mean, his whole demeanor is
scary.
Yeah. Oh my fucking God.
It's scary. You take him serious. Johnny was cartoony, you know? From the makeup to the hair to the eye to it was cartoony.
Did you notice that Mads has the same eye?
He has a little bit, but somehow it feels toned down.
It's not Johnny eye, because Johnny's eye was like neon blue.
Yeah.
His is like legit discolored, like he's
gray almost.
Yeah, it's gray and brown, and I loved it. And you can't tell it because of how his her brow is, like his brow shape or whatever.
Yeah,
and I love it. It took me a minute to like identify his eye.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was a different color till towards the end. I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
Me too.
He's wearing a different color eye, but he pulls it off, and a lot of has to do with the spiky hair too. I think the hair. His demeanor, just the way he portrayed the character of Grindelwald is the best version out of all 3. Colin was great. Johnny was tough. It should have been Mads since the get.
Yeah. And I mean, everybody does a bang up job acting.
Yeah.
But the story they gave them, that's the problem.
Right. And you just buy it differently depending who's portraying it, you know? I bought it way more with Grindelwald. Even with Johnny, I didn't get any Mo vibes between them two, you know?
No.
Like hateful rage that I love you, but I fucking gotta kill you.
Like that sexual tension.
That sexual fucked up tension. And I did get it from these two.
Oh, that first scene, goddamn, dude.
That first scene, you're like, are they gonna fuck right now? What's going on? Sorry, China, you don't get to see it, bruh. Catch up, dog. You don't know what we're talking about. They cut that shit out for China.
Well, yeah, they can't because they're on cages.
Though. But yeah, I think Mads was the guy. He's the only one I kind of give a shit about. But
now after 3 fucking movies,
yeah, and it's really really tough because again, I try to care because it's the Wizarding World, but it's weird and conflicting in my brain because it's also it's one of my favorite worlds I like to explore. I just don't care, and it's tough when you don't care. I don't care for any of the characters. I don't care for Newt. Newt could die. The fatty could die. I don't care about Newt. I don't care about the fucking boring ass lady he's in love with. They are the same character, by the way. They're the same awkward weirdos, and it's just uncomfortable and awkward way. It's just weird. It's just supposed to be charming and cute. It just comes off as awkward and uncomfortable.
In the first movie, I thought it was cute.
I never thought it was cute at all.
Because I'm my awkward ass.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cute. The second one, it got really fucking old. And what they did on this one,
yeah.
Oh, I left fucking pissed off.
Yeah, the second one, they make up some bullshit conflict between both of them just so that the one lady is pissed off at the guy, and it's like some stupid bullshit reason. And I just want to smack them both. Like,
dumb.
Could y'all stop fucking around? Déjense mamás. This is stupid.
But what they did on the... We'll touch upon that later.
It's just really... I barely give a fuck about Dumbledore and what he does with his life, too.
I feel like this movie was trying to correct something that the last movie did.
Yeah.
That's what I felt this whole movie was about.
I think it's all under David Yates, who's the director of the OGs, right?
Yeah.
So it's weird. I guess that's why we can see and kind of I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. And again, the biggest issue with the Fantastic Beasts is that it's really tough. Even though you give out a good product, but if you do not care, it's tough. You know, it's kind of like this podcast. We put out bangers every week, but people do not care. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So no one watches because no one gives a fuck, right? So at the same time, like, I feel you, Fantastic Beasts. I know where you at, but nobody cares. I don't care. And I should care. It's one of my favorites, but I really do not fucking care at all.
Can we do spoilers now?
Sure, I'll throw up a spoilers. There's really nothing much to spoil, so I don't know what you're gonna spoil, but I'll throw up the spoils.
Okay, so I was lukewarm on the whole movie. Now, what happened to Credence?
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That was like I guess a cool twist.
It was a cool twist because I was like, there ain't no fucking way he's a brother. Yeah. But then they explained it. They delved deep. They did respect the lore behind what happened to Dumbledore's sister and between the brothers.
Yeah, they kind of give an insight to that.
Mm-hmm. It is mentioned in the book, in the Harry Potter books. It was a cool nod. It was an interesting, cool.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't give a flying fuck about Credence. He was dying because he was an Obscurial.
Yeah.
Eat shit. I don't care.
Don't care.
No, I don't give a fuck.
We don't need him either, right?
No, we don't even know.
Ezra Miller getting arrested is kind of like helping the franchise out because now we can get rid of Credence. We really don't need him, right? Whether he dies, whatever happens.
He should have stayed dead from the first one.
We don't need him. We do not need him. We really don't need him. The curse, the charm thingy, the blood oath shit was broken. We can just straight up have, Dumbledore and Grindelwald touch tips. We don't need fucking. There's nothing in between.
No, and
we do not need him.
I did like the tension between Dumbledore and his brother. It was something. It's not a tidbit I liked.
Yeah, that was palpable. You could feel that, and you understand that because of the prior movies.
Exactly.
In the books.
Now, what royally pissed me the flying fuck off was that a witch is introduced in this movie in the beginning. Who's a badass witch? I must say she's cool.
Who we talking about?
The black lady, Layla, whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah, she was cool.
Then there is a hint that, they say that Tina was his name. The
boring ass love interest.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah, she is missing from this movie because she was like the head of the magical police.
Yeah.
And then she pops up at the end at Jacob's wedding at the Muggle.
Yeah.
Who I have always thought he was funny. He was like the comic relief of the movie, and I've liked him since the first one.
But again, he could die and I wouldn't care.
Exactly.
I kind of wish who did die when he got hit just so something interesting would happen.
Yeah. I mean, it would have hurt.
Right.
Because me, like, damn, shit.
And I wanted to see Newt to be mad. He's so one note throughout all three movies. Newt is.
Oh my God.
He's so like whatever and quirky and he's doing the fucking crab dance or whatever the fuck. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, like it's so cute. No, I don't care. I want to see him pissed. I want to be like, ah. No, he's like sneaking in the crowd and tiptoeing around animals and all this other bullshit. I'm like, kill the fatty. Let's piss Newt off. Let's see him go ham. Something. No, it's all like one note, boring and slow.
I wanted that. I so much wanted that. And at the end, Tina pops up at the fucking wedding. Mm-hmm. They exchange an awkward fucking couple of lines. Mm. And it turns out that Tina's a lesbian and she's the girlfriend of this fucking black witch. No, you know what? You can go fuck yourself.
Did I missed that? What?
Okay, so Newt goes outside the bakery. He looks at Tina.
Uh-huh.
They exchange that awkwardness.
Yeah.
And then Tina smiles. And Newt thought he was smiling because of Newt. But no, the black lady shows up behind Newt. He grabs Tina's hand. She grabs Tina's hand. And they go holding hands to the wedding. And I was like,
Bubbles and I both missed that completely.
Oh, that enraged me. I was like, are you you're making her a lesbian? When there was quote unquote sexual tension?
She could be bi.
Whatever.
She could be bi.
I don't give a fuck if she was bi.
The fact that you picked that up and we didn't says a lot. Because even though I'm not, I'm grossly enthralled. Not enthralled. I am like an honorary member of the LGBTQ community. Just so much of the culture I've experienced through Bubbles.
Because Bubbles is your fucking drag mother.
Bubbles is my drag mother. Yeah, basically, without doing any drag. But I know all the lingo. I know tops. I know the bottom. We didn't get that vibe at all that they were together. So I don't know if this is a real thing or that's how you felt or made it up. I don't know.
I hope I made it up. I fucking hope I made it up. Because if I didn't make it up,
I didn't think that. I didn't feel that. I didn't be like, oh, she a lesbiana now. I didn't get that. I just felt maybe like, oh, they're walking away. I don't know. I gotta ask that one on Bubbles because I think I didn't feel that. I don't remember that because I'm super confused. If there are, great. But again, that kind of feels like they're, I don't know, like trying to make up for something. If it is true, it don't feel genuine because I missed it completely.
Dude, I'm Googling right now. I fucking hope I made that up. I hope I misread that.
What are you Google? Is Tina from Fantastic Beasts a lesbian?
Fuck that.
I don't get why you so.
No, I'm mad because there's two movies teasing Newt and Tina having what I said, quote unquote, sexual tension. Like, oh, does she like me? Like their awkwardness.
Yeah.
And that turns out, no. She with Lally now. What the fuck?
There's they can be bi, man.
Whatever. They could be whatever the fuck they want. Mm-hmm. But the fact that like she's with her and not with Newt, I was like, oh wow, that happened off. Okay, you can get.
Would you feel different if she was with a guy?
No, the fact is that she's not with Newt.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Hey, at this point, I don't want them to be together. They're so fucking awkward and uncomfortable. Shit, go carpet munch, lady. Go do you. I don't care. They are so fucking boring together. Shit, I wish he was like with Lally. Go ahead, because both of them together, boring. It's fuck, man. I gave a shit more about him and Catwoman's relationship than him, and it's like they're too vanilla. They're too fucking boring. They're boring. And they're looking at each other and they're like awkward and like, fuck off, right? You know? Go scissor with this lady. Please. Just make it interesting. Go ahead. I don't care. But again, I did not get that feeling. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, right? That's not here or there. I mean, if that pissed you off, and I'm not really seeing much online whether or not it is. I see one little article saying that their relationship is juicy. I don't know.
It pissed me off.
Who's Porpentina?
Who?
Who's Porpentina? That's this lady?
No. What? No. What lady?
Who's Porpentina? That's Tina, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's her name?
I guess. This says we've known since 2007 that Newt and Porpentina end up together. How the fuck we knew that? From the Beast movie? From the like lore? So they actually do end up together? So this is just a weird lesbian detour? I don't know. I don't care enough to deep dive into these relationships, bro. I don't care. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's just really tough for me to think that we still have 2 more of these garbage movies to kind of, sit through. And I kind of wish that they just pull the plug.
What the fuck? Look, okay, I'm reading this from digitalspy.com. In the original Fantastic book series, it is revealed that Tina and Newt eventually marry and have at least one child and one grandson in Rolf's Commander.
Yeah.
Rolf goes in to marry Luna Lovegood, and then the couple have twin boys, Lorcan and Lysander. Are you...
So I don't know if you just imagine that. I don't know if this is legit, the lesbiana thing, whether it's here or there. Moral of the story, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. Fuck it. Wait, when was the Fantastic and Where to Find Him illustrated by... Fuck it. I go to 5.
Yeah, 5. The movies are going down. It started with a 7, and the second one's a 6. There's about a 5. I don't care. And unfortunately, we're too deep in that we're going to finish this fucking stupid series. We got 2 more movies to go, unfortunately. And we'll probably be here reviewing those as they come as well. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this very channel to be up to date to everything Geeks, Fists, and Joysticks that we put out. Next week, I'm going to drop probably another list. And then the week after, we'll be right here, back here on Let's Talk for Doctor Extraño, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Maybe something in between. I don't know, but make sure to tune into the Geeks, Flicks, and Joysticks podcast right here on this channel. Subscribe. I'll let you know what's going on program-wise. We have changes coming after May. There's going to be some scheduling and some stuff. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're a little static and stuff gotta get moving. But yeah, make sure you go back to listen to any other lists and any other videos we got, as well as my personal channel at EYEWAII on the YouTubes. I review video games where you just hear my stupid voice. You don't have to see me stupid face. It's pretty cool. I put out a video every other week. And we got some Star Wars stuff coming because of obvious reasons, as well as here on the channel. Follow me personally, Enterprises, PAURAZAS on the Insta, as well as Facebook. The channel has a Facebook page at Geeks, Fists, and Joysticks. You can also listen to us on the audio realm, wherever you get your stuff. iVox, fucking Stitcher, whatever the fuck, Spotify, everywhere. That's where we at, dog. Anything you want to say to the beautiful people of Felix?
Please make the next 2 movies good for the greater good.
Yeah.
That's a quote, by the way.
Sure. I don't know.
For the greater good. That was their motto. Dumbledore and Grindelwald for the greater good.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead and follow Felix at JaFel91 and always and forever. You do you.
Bye-bye. I feel bad that I had to explain that.
Yeah. Wait. You had to explain to me the lesbiana relationship. That flew over my head, right?